Okay, so we have arrived to the last episode of the good market. We finished last time with the equilibrium and the goods market. Last thing we need to understand is the use of our disposable income and how it is linked to other factors. I don't want to spoiler you the episode, so let's try and build it together. So let's work together this morning. We have our disposable income, which we know is income minus taxes. Correct? What can I do with my disposable income? What can I do?
Use it.
For doing what?
Buying goods.
Buying goods. So I can consume it, correct? If I don't consume my disposable income, what do I do?
Save.
I save it, great. Do I have other options?
Invest.
But to invest, I have to save. So I don't have any other options. With the money I have in my pocket, or I go out and spend it, so I consume it,
Invest.
or I save it for a future consuming or investing, right? But imagine you get your salary. Your salary, a part of it is staked in the bank, and the other part you use it to buy food, to get out, etc. Then maybe in some years that if you need doing an investment, you will use your saving. In the meantime, the bank will use your saving for doing what? The money I save, I put in the bank, correct? And what does the bank do with this money? Oh, I like it. To borrow money. The bank lend money to people that need to invest. Correct? So, we get back to here. With my disposable income, or I consume it or I save it. If you remember, we said that propension to consume plus propension to save is equal to 100%. That is 1. You remember this? So, meaning that my disposable income, or I consume it or I save it. So, disposable income, income minus taxes, is equal to consumption plus saving. So if I leave disposable income alone, it means that my gross income, and we all know we are talking about national income, but national income is used for consuming, for saving, and for paying taxes. Okay, because it's gross income. Correct? Did you have a question? No question. No question, no answers. We have this first equation. But let's go back to our first lesson. Let's go back here. National income was equal to aggregate demand, correct? And aggregate demand was composed by? The general, the short one. Okay, consumption plus investment plus government expenditure. So, national income is equal to consumption plus investment plus government expenditure. Correct? So we can express national income as the sum of consumption, saving, and taxes, or as consumption, investment, and government expenditure. The same thing. You agree with me? So national income is national income. It means that this is equal to this. So we can write that consumption plus saving plus taxes is equal to consumption plus investment plus government expenditure. Correct. Can I do something in math here? What? What can I do? What do you see here?
CC.
CC. What can I do with CC? Simplify. So, saving plus taxes is equal to investment plus government expenditure. If we want to analyze saving, we can see that saving is equal to investment plus government expenditure minus taxes. Correct? Now, okay, all those steps were very easy. Now we are going to analyze the meaning of this final equation. This final equation is called the investment saving identity. Investment saving identity. What is the meaning of this? We can see that this is the role of the state. Government expenditure and taxes, this is the state. What is the role of the state in the real market? They take money from the people with taxes and use it for government expenditure. That can be consumption, that can be investment. Very clear. This is the role of private people, so meaning consumers or companies. Correct? So, going back in the history, up to the 30s, remember the evolution of economical thought. Up to the 30s, what was the role of the state? Was it in the economy before the 29 crisis? The state was in the economy? No. How was the balance sheet of the state?
Negative.
Before the 30s, so before the 29 crisis, before Keynes, from where the state took money?
the
taxes. Okay? And all the money taken from taxes were used for government expenditure. So the balance sheet of the state was equal to 0, correct? Because all the money the state needed to spend were taken from the taxes. So its balance sheet was exactly 0, because the state was out of the economy. Meaning that up to the 30s, all the saving made by people were available for investors. Okay? In the market, there were only private people, because the state was out of the economy. Taxes, government expenditure. Correct? So all the saving was available for private investors, for companies. I guess you all remember after the 30s, the 29 crisis, Keynes' recipes. So Keynes' recipes were, we reviewed them last time. After 29 crisis, the state took money they need for G. Only from taxes?
no, also from public debt.
Also from public debt. So, government expenditure was bigger than taxes. Correct? What happens in my identity? If government expenditure is bigger than taxes, it means that the state needs money from the savers. The state peak saving done in the country. Correct? Because if you remember, public debt, what is? Is the state that asks for money to the savers. Correct? And in exchange, the state gave bonds. Remember it? Bonds. Bonds and share. If a company or a state needs money from the saver, need to give you a piece of paper, correct? Saying that you have lent money to me. This piece of paper in English is called bond, and in Italian is called?
James.
Oh, very good.
James.
Correct? So, after the 30s, government expenditure was bigger than taxes. So, the state needs to pick saving from the public. And of course, saving is always it. If part of it is taken from the state, less will be available for investors. And here is another brick to our speech, saying that when the state is in the economy and you have a higher government expenditure, you have lower private investments. We said, of course, because if the state is carry on, I don't know, the gas or the lighting or public or the transportation, the railways, if it is the state that do it, of course the private can't. But we also have another mathematical demonstration of it, because the amount of saving in the country is this. The bigger is the part taken by the state, the smaller will be the remaining part for the investors. Is very clear the situation? Okay? Of course, mathematically, we have a third option, that is when government expenditure is less than taxes. Meaning that the state gets more taxes, more money from the people than money can spend. But of course, economically, this option is not applicable. Because in the reality, a state will never ask for more taxes, for more money from the public than the money they need for its government expenditure. Okay? You're going to be shocked, but we are done.